Hello guys, hope you're all doing well. So I'm at work at the moment. I'm on break and I just wanted to take this opportunity to address this issue that has been going on about the fact that agencies are no more allowed to recruit actively from overseas or from most developing countries. So I did a video on that and why that is now the case. It was a policy that WHO came up with during the pandemic. So now most agencies are taking advantage of that and taking money from nurses because they've realized that most people are so desperate. They've tried and applied to several hospitals, they are not getting the job. So now they are charging them some huge amount of money just to be able to bring them here, and they are not even coming as nurses, right? Because the situation is that some people have passed IELTS, they are not getting the jobs. So there are agencies that are promising to bring them here as senior carers, and they're asking them to pay huge sums of money. There are some agencies that are also recruiting only senior carers. If they are only recruiting senior carers, I don't have a problem with that, because you could have a nurse who is struggling to pass IELTS. So if you want to come through that senior carer route, there are agencies who are doing it. I'm going to do a separate video on that. But what I want to put across is, if you are a registered nurse and even if you are struggling to pass the IELTS, I would advise that instead of paying such huge sums of money to agencies, why don't you just keep trying? Even if you've tried just once, you can just try it one more time rather than paying such huge sums of money. For all you know, they may not even be legit agencies, or they might even bring you here hoping to get you a nursing job later. They might bring you into a nursing home, a care home, and you may even end up not liking the job in the first place. So this is just a message out to the registered nurses out there who are struggling. If you are in Ghana and struggling with IELTS, I know that now there is OET in Ghana. So if you are in Nigeria, I know there is OET. So if it's the IELTS that you're having a problem with, you can try and then give the OET a chance. Who knows, maybe you could pass, because I know one nurse who wrote IELTS 4 times and didn't pass, but then just wrote OET and got it just once. So if you're a registered nurse and you think you can give the IELTS or OET another go, just do that, and then you can apply directly to the hospitals, and definitely you will get a job. Because although it's difficult, most people have applied to several hospitals, but then I still have a few friends who are coming in, day out. So how are they doing it? They are just trying, and they just keep on applying. That's what I would say. So you just keep on applying. Don't just apply to 1 or 2 and then just give up. Just don't give up on your dream if you really want to come to the UK to practice as a registered nurse. And do not let any agency take advantage of you and take huge sums of money from you. Some agencies are charging as high as £6,000. If you have this much, do you know what you can do? Convert that to whichever currency you are using back home, and then see how much that is or how much that can do. So don't just be so desperate to the point where you fall into the hands of wrong agencies. So saying all that, if you are a registered nurse, if you've tried the IELTS or OET several times and are still not getting it, the good news is that the UK government has added auxiliary nurses and nursing assistants to the occupational shortlist. Initially, it was just nurses, doctors, and other occupations. A healthcare assistant or nursing auxiliary or nursing assistant was not part of the list. But now, they've added it to the list. So that means even if you are an enrolled nurse back home, you qualify to apply for jobs in the UK as an enrolled nurse or as a senior carer. So you can also apply if you are a nurse and you are struggling with IELTS or OET and you are not really willing to give it a try. But don't fall into the hands of an agency trying to ask you to pay £6,000 or £7,000 just to bring you here to do a senior carer job. If it's a senior carer job you want to do, I know of agencies that are recruiting solely for senior carers. So I would do a separate video on that. But if you can, a personal advice, if you can try and get your IELTS and your OET and write your CBT, I would advise that you go through that route instead of having to fall into the hands of any agency that will charge you that huge sums of money.
So this is just to prove to you that indeed UK has added the senior carer route to the occupational shortage list. So I'm on Google now and I've typed UK occupation shortage list 2021. So I'm going to go onto the UK government website. So I'll just select this first option here, and then we'll see what comes up. It says here skills worker visa shortage occupation list. And if you look on the right hand side here, there is a separate list for occupations under health and education. So I will click on that and see the list that comes up under the health. So we'll click on this list. Yeah. So as you scroll down, you see that the list starts appearing, starting with the occupation code, the job types, and then the areas in the UK that they are looking for. So you can see the first one, medical practitioners, all jobs under the medical practitioner group. And they are looking for people in England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland. So let's keep scrolling down and see if we can find this nursing assistant or senior carer thing. And if you can see nurses, all jobs, and the code is 2231. Let's keep going down. And yeah, so the last on the list is with the code 6141, and it says nursing auxiliaries and assistants, all jobs. And it's not only limited to England, but we are looking for nursing auxiliaries and assistants in England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. So that means this nursing auxiliary and assistant, the senior carer, is under this category. So this is just to prove that indeed it is part of the occupation shortage list. And what this means is agencies or employers are allowed to recruit for people in this particular job category to bring them to the UK to work in these positions. So that is it. The senior carer falls under this nursing auxiliary and assistance. So if you are a senior carer back home, if you have any healthcare background, even if you are a registered nurse with a diploma or degree, but not currently practicing, but wish to come to the UK to work as a senior carer, then you can actually use this route because it's added to the occupation shortage list. So it's not only limited to nurses or doctors alone. Now, nursing auxiliaries and assistants are also allowed to come to the UK. So this is the official website of the UK government. So you can trust that this is valid information. So this is the website of a reputable law firm here in the UK. And they have also written an article confirming what the UK government has said regarding the senior care workers being added to the occupational shortage list. So as you can see clearly, boldly written at the top here, senior care workers added to the shortage occupation list. So that also confirms that employers are allowed to go and recruit. So let me just scroll down to something interesting written down here. It said this is welcome news for the social care sector who have long campaigned for senior care workers to be added to the shortage occupation list, with care providers now able to recruit suitable candidates from outside of the UK. So, like I mentioned before, so far as it's been added, it means employers are legally allowed to recruit people within this job category to come to the UK to work. So you can trust that this is a valid information. So there's nothing to fear or nothing to worry about. So far as you have that qualification, you can come to the UK with this route. So you only need to make sure that you get to the right agencies and do it the right way so that you don't fall into the hands of people who would just extort money from you unnecessarily. So I'm going to make a video on a few of the agencies I've contacted who are recruiting for senior carers to come to the UK. So kindly stick around and watch out for that video and share with anybody who might be interested.
So I've contacted a few agencies who are actually taking on senior carers, recruiting senior carers from overseas. I've contacted a few of them, and it's quite a simple process. And I'm going to really get more details about that, about those agencies, and do a special video that so that if any one of you is interested, you could contact those agencies directly. They are actually into recruiting overseas senior carers to work here in the UK. But if you're a registered nurse and if you can manage and pass your IELTS and OET and CBT, I bet you are not even going to pay a peso to any agency to get you to the UK. So don't go through the hands of any agency and pay that sum of money. Some agencies are also advertising for similar jobs and they are asking you to sign like a 5 years contract. So what if you come here and you realize you don't even like the job anymore, and then you are stuck? What do? Some of them are also saying if they bring you here, they will pay for the flight, the cost of everything, but then once you start working, they are going to deduct the amount of money from your account or from your salary every month. The senior carer jobs, even for nurses, the salary is not that much. So how much more senior carer? How much are they going to pay you, and how much are they going to deduct after deducting whatever they are going to deduct? How much will be left in your account for you to take care of yourself? So you might just be stressing yourself for nothing. So if you really want to do this, just go through the right route as a nurse. If you are not interested in coming here as a nurse and want to do the senior carer, then do it through the right agencies that are actually recruiting purposely for senior carers. But don't contact any agency as a registered nurse for them to bring you here to work as a senior carer when you can actually manage to write your IELTS and CBT and apply to jobs directly and come here without even paying a single penny. So I hope it's clear. So the next video I'm going to make will be about those agencies that have confirmed to me that they are recruiting from overseas. So just stick around and keep on sharing this video with others, because I wouldn't want any nurse, just like me, to fall into the hands of such people and then be paying such huge sums of money. It's difficult to come by money these days, So just keep an eye out for that video and see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.